40% of first home buyers are getting family support. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's check out this article from Mortgage Business discussing just 40% of first home buyers rely on family support. Now this shouldn't be shocking. It's a repeated trend in all of the articles we see about a young person working at Macca's and living at home, rent-free, and building up a good kitty and getting into the property market. And, I mean, if you're a parent and you got kids at home, why not? Why not give them that helping hand to hopefully allow intergenerational wealth start to accumulate in your family? So I can't see any issue with this. And it just means, sadly, there's going to be a greater divide between those that are in the market and those that are not. We're going to start seeing a more established class divide here in Australia. My argument will be that we need to increase our housing supply. 50% of people live, or more than 50% live in Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. This needs to change. We need to increase supply. We need to make it easier for people to build and to get more houses out there on the market. But, Queensland, we're in the middle of a rental crisis. It's not going to be fixed anytime soon. There's talk of rent controls, which always cause more problems than anticipated. And there's plenty of historical precedent of how they've failed. But yet, our government is looking at implementing it, I guess, to appear to be doing something. But the real issue is everyone's wanted to move to Queensland. How many people fled Victoria and came up here? And when we did it back in the 90s, when it was cool. But there you go. So let's check out this article, guys. 40% of first home buyers rely on family support. And honestly, since we've got so many kids, we've designed a house where they can live longer if they need to, which they probably will have to get into housing. Research conducted by the, what's that acronym? The Australian Housing and Urban Research Institute has found that a large number of young homeowner hopefuls are expected to rely on the bank of mum and dad. The research entitled Pathways to Home Ownership in an Age of Uncertainty was undertaken by the Australian Housing and Urban Research Institute researchers from the University of Sydney and Curtin University and examined how households aged 25 to 35 in Sydney and Perth are adapting their living arrangements and spending and saving behaviours in order to purchase a home. One of the key findings from the research was that 40% of the 850 young adults surveyed said they expected financial support from their family in some form to go towards buying a new home in the future. The research drew the conclusion that it is no longer possible for many young people in the age bracket to independently save up for a deposit to enter the property market, with 74% of young adult renters having reported they have less than $5,000 in savings. Well, think about it this way. If your parents have reaped the rewards and benefits from this housing boom and they have the capacity to use some of that benefit to help the next generation, good to them. Good luck to them. Sadly, not everyone's going to be in this situation. And this is where I'm saying the class divide is changing in Australia. It's turning more into Europe. You're gonna have people, multi-generational, lifelong renters. Furthermore, the Australian Housing and Urban Research Institute suggested that rising house prices and cost of living pressures have made the task of buying a home worse. Households with even moderate incomes are unable to keep up with market increases through typical savings and budgeting strategies. Yeah, you've got to go extreme. You've got to go extreme to get in these days. I mean, the amount that they're asking for properties is just crazy. It is just crazy. I thought when we were shopping around, 8 years ago, I thought what we were seeing was insane. And now they've doubled in price since then. It's not that long ago. I think I bought one of the cheapest houses that wasn't in a floodplain in Brisbane because it was literally falling over and I've had to gut the whole ground level and demolish it and carry it away. So it's just nuts. Lead author of the research, Dr. Lawrence Troy of the University of Sydney, said in addition to the survey, they provided financial diaries to 20 households in order to examine the complexities of saving and spending habits. The diaries confirmed that young adults are actively using strategies to support saving, such as minimizing discretionary spending and paying ahead on utility bills. Dr. Troy said, paying ahead on utility bills. Why would you do that? I've done that unintentionally. I found a bill because I've got a digital paper system. So I found a bill, I'll pay it, record it digitally, and then file it away. Found one, hadn't written that it's been paid it again, so I think I double paid my rates or power bill or something, which is fantastic when the next bill appears and you don't owe anything. But, it's better having that money earn you some interest, isn't it? The interest is bugger all, isn't it? Instead, young adults are focusing on paying recurring items such as food, petrol, and debts, with the biggest challenge being the large, irregular, and often unexpected expenditures such as car repairs and professional insurances. That's all an increase and a cost. I don't know what I can say to that. There's really no way to get out of that, is it? You got to pay these things. You got to have an emergency fund, so hopefully you're not going into debt for this stuff. Notably, this research seemingly contradicts Domain's latest first home buyer report that found that the time it would take a couple to save for a 20% deposit on a house had fallen to under 5 years on average. Specifically, the report stated it took an average of 4 years and 11 months for a couple to save a deposit on an entry-priced house in February 2023. This revealed a drop of 6 months on February 2022, when it took 5 years and 5 months to save a deposit. No one's commented on this one. So let's have a bit of a talk about this one, guys. So first home buyers are hoping for family support. I'm not at all surprised. The amount of money that's being asked for houses these days, or that the market can dictate, is excessively high, and saving a deposit can be quite a struggle. It's cheaper. Well, now with the rental crisis, it can be cheaper to have a mortgage than to be renting somewhere. And you know what they say, rent money is dead money, if it's correct or not. It doesn't really matter. It's part of the culture now, part of the state religion, guys, getting into property. And I can appreciate how people want to get into property to have that stability, particularly if you're wanting to start a family. And, well, there's going to be a lot of people claiming to have solutions to this. Didn't Labor promise us 1 million new homes, and now it's down to 30,000? I think reality kind of caught up with them. That tends to happen to politicians with all of their promises they make in the campaign. Reality hits. Well, we'll have to see how it all goes, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. What advice would you give to people trying to get into a home? I mean, I suspect people are doing everything they can. Sure, we're gonna hear the sob stories on the ABC and the SBS of people who can't get in or borrowed too much. But there's going to be a lot of people that are being sensible, are really cutting their costs, and are finding ways to save money. I mean, how many of you, let us know in the chat, how many of you have moved home to save money or didn't leave and just saved money? I mean, that's honestly what I'm telling my children. You know, once you get older, you don't need to go out. We've designed the house so it's big enough so you can get your own space with some privacy, so you can save up to get either a passive income share portfolio or into property. The goal should be to build up just a passive income, even a trickle of additional extra money. If all you can get in is, you start, aim for $100 a month, then $1,000 a month. If you've got that coming in every month, that could be a big chunk of your food bill every year that you don't have to worry about anymore. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one, guys. Please like, share, or subscribe to the channel. Check out Heise BIM or Heise Does, and if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.